So October is drawing to a close, so that means only one thing. It's time to take a look at the month of November. Take a look and see what fantastic releases there might be coming out on both Blu-ray and 4K. So let us get into it. Hi everyone. Yes, again this year, where's this year gone? We're coming into November. It is almost Christmas. Christmas is in sight. So that means we've got another busy month ramped up for us before we hit a lull, because this time of year companies like to get out their products to try and entice us for the Christmas period, for Christmas presents, for presents that you want and you want to give to other people. Does that still happen in the physical media world? I don't know, but we're going to take a look at what items are, or some of the items, the bigger releases that are coming out, and I'll talk through the ones that I want, the ones that I don't particularly want, the reasons why, etc. So let's take a look. So November 6th. November 6th is obviously the first release Monday of the month. And it goes without saying that there's a big release on this day. Yes, and it is a big release, and that is for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, the latest Mission Impossible film from Tom Cruise. And this is a film that does deliver. It certainly does. I've seen it a couple of times and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was fantastic. Unfortunately, as cinema takings go, the film seemed to be on a decline, and this film, even though it made a considerable amount of money that any film would be proud of making, the production costs and the advertising for it means the film looks like it's actually made a loss, which is such a shame. But it's a wonderful, wonderful film. They should never have marketed it by showing the film's best stunts. Everyone had seen it by the time they'd gone into the film anyway. But there we go. But yes, so obviously we have your standard DVD, your standard Blu-ray, your standard 4K, and there are two different steelbooks available for this movie. Two different steelbooks. Now for me, I'm not getting either of them steelbooks. I really do not like either of the designs on them. I think they're hideous. Now I'm sure that some people are going to say to me, well, they released all the other films just previously on 4K in steelbooks, and this one doesn't align with them. Are you surprised by that, honestly? Are you surprised that the artwork on this one doesn't align with the other releases? They're not going to do that because they'll re-release them again down the line with matching artwork, probably around the time that Dead Reckoning Part 2 comes out, and then Dead Reckoning Part 2 will not match that series of artwork. It's just a ploy to get you spending money. So for me, I'm just going to pick up a standard 4K Amaray release. I haven't got steelbooks for all the others except Ghost Protocol, which was a steelbook that I picked up for £1 in a charity shop. I still have them all on Amaray anyway. So yes, 4K standard. Now the Christmas, like I said, Christmas is coming, so we have two Christmas themed films this week getting released. Now last year, if you remember, we had things like Planes, Trains and Automobiles released. Yes, I know it's a Thanksgiving film, but here in the UK it feels more akin to a Christmas film. We had Home Alone 4K, we had Christmas Vacation 4K, and this year we're getting some more, and we have the Bill Murray 1998 movie Scrooged getting a 4K release, and also Trading Places in 4K from 1983. I did say Scrooge was 98, didn't I? I didn't get those dates mixed around. But anyway, regardless, Scrooge 98, Trading Places 83. Trading Places, Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy, and Jamie Lee Curtis in a fantastic scene, which would look great in 4K. I'm very much sure of it. But again, for me, I don't see these as being films that require a 4K release. They're comedy films, you know. I don't feel that a 4K and the beauty of 4K is going to make me laugh anymore. So I don't feel the need to get either of these films in 4K. I do have them on Blu-ray. I'm fine with that. You know, we're still going to be watching the same damn film. But there we go. And then we have Violent Night. Yes, Violent Night, which was last year's David Harbour Santa Claus movie. Die Hard in a House kind of a riff where Santa Claus takes on the bad guys. This is getting a 4K release in Steelbook and in special edition release, much like Megan did a week or so ago. Well, no, Megan's, yeah, when's Megan, or is that this week? Then I'm a bit, yeah, I think that's this week, isn't it? But anyway, that aside, forget that. As I'm recording this, it would be today. God, I'm all over the place. So yeah, so cynically, me, okay, I see these as cynical releases, this and Megan that came out. Reason being is that there's no reason these films couldn't have been dropped in 4K a year ago when they were released, or however long ago it was. It wasn't that great long ago for Megan, it doesn't feel like. But these could have had a 4K release at the same time. It feels like that they've released the Blu-ray. Let's not bother with the 4K just yet. Let's hold that back. Let everyone go out and buy it on the Blu-ray format, and then let's give it another release to get money again. I understand when a film is old and you get a 4K release later on than a Blu-ray, obviously it makes sense. But when a film is brand new, why the formats don't come out at the same time, it's just a cynical marketing ploy from my perspective. But there we go. So we're going to jump ahead now to November the 13th. And this one feels like it's been on the radar for some considerable time. And that is the movie Duel, Steven Spielberg's Duel from 1971. This is one of Steven Spielberg's earliest works. It's a film that was actually a TV movie, but then had some additional shooting done to it so it could get a theatrical release here in the UK. And if you haven't seen it, don't let the fact that TV movie deter you from it, because this is a fantastic film. It's a fantastically shot film. Steven Spielberg, this rightly so, this film got Steven Spielberg the Jaws gig. This is a tense thriller of a movie. It really is. And you know, in 4K, I'm sure it'll look fantastic. I am going to get it. I've got on pre-order the big box with all the bump in it, that sort of a thing. It's a film that I love. I think that the making of documentary that comes with it, it's a retrospective making of documentary. And retrospective making of documentaries are always the best, because you get a truthful insight into the making of the film, rather than it being a puff piece about the film coming out for release. So let's big it up. And it's amazing what Steven Spielberg, you know, they wanted him to film it in front of a green screen. He put his foot down and said, no, I'm going to go and film this out on the road for real. And the tricks that he utilised and all this fantastic stuff, a really good film. And then as for another Christmas film is The Santa Claus. Santa Claus the movie gets a 4K release, 1985 film this is. And I'll be honest, I've never seen it. I've never wished to sit down and watch Santa Claus the movie. Again, is it a film that needs a 4K? I honestly don't know. I can't say. I honestly can't say. Then we get Gran Turismo, the film from this year. A film that I've not seen and doesn't seem to be my cup of tea. Not something that I really want to watch. Doesn't excite me in any way. Nothing about it makes me want to go out and watch it. You got your DVD, you got your Blu-ray, you got your 4K, you got Steelbook as well. But not for me, that one. And then we get Shrek the Third. Yes, the third Shrek film, 4K release, Steelbook, all that. Again, I didn't think the Shreks became very... they lost their humour after the second one, I would say. The first one was a classic. I've got that. I don't have the second one. It was okay. And beyond that, I gave up with the Shrek movies. I had them for the kids. I probably saw the third one. I don't think I would have laughed once during it. I think that they just lost what they were. And then we get a wealth of Bruce Lee on 4K. Way of the Dragon, Fist of Fury, Big Boss, Game of Death. A couple of months ago we had the box set of the Bruce Lee stuff. And now we're getting individual releases to follow up with. Again, not for me, not my cup of tea. Bruce Lee's not I'm not into martial arts anyway. Martial arts is probably my least favourite genre, especially if it's not Americanized. I don't mind some Americanized martial arts like some Van Damme and a bit like that, but for me, yeah, not my cup of tea. So they're ones that are going to be given a skip. Yes. So let's jump to November the 20th, and a busy week, very busy week actually. Thank God for Christmas and January, February. It really does quieten down in those months. So first up, we have the 1993 Harrison Ford film The Fugitive in 4K, getting a 4K release and a steelbook. Fantastic. The bearded Harrison Ford. He's bearded at the start, and interestingly, just a little thingy. Harrison Ford appeared in Young Indiana Jones films, or TV series, I should say. He bookended a couple of them, and in it he was bearded Indiana Jones. And the reason he was bearded in that is because he was filming this at the time, and he couldn't shave the beard off. So yes, but yeah, The Fugitive 4K and the steelbook. I've got Fugitive on Blu-ray. Although it's a good film, I don't really think that I need it upgraded to 4K. It's not a film that I actually visit too often. It's probably been over a decade since I've last seen it. So, okay, if I got the 4K or the steelbook, it would give me reason to watch it. But would I just be throwing money away? Very probably. I don't feel that I need it on 4K. And I don't think the steelbook design is the best either. I will say that. And then we have a re-release of Doctor Who Series 1 to 4 in a box set. And this is the 2005 Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant era. The Russell T Davies era of Doctor Who. Getting a re-release with new special features, and apparently it's been, I don't know, they've done something to it, made it look better or whatever. But I have them on Blu-ray. I liked Doctor Who back then, it was good. I have them on Blu-ray. Do I need them and replace them with a new? No, of course not. Again, throwing good money after bad, isn't it? The next one I will be getting, and on steelbook, and it is Picard Season 3, Star Trek Picard, third and final season of Star Trek Picard. You got your DVD, you got your Blu-ray, you got your 4K. You got 4K. No, actually, forget 4K. What am I saying? I don't know if it's got 4K release. I didn't look that deep into it, but I know that I've got the steelbook on order. Yes, Blu-ray steelbook, because I have the others. Big Star Trek fan, obviously. I mean, I have a massive big. Let me show you. Let me twist it around. Massive big Enterprise and Klingon Bird of Prey hanging from the ceiling. Yes. Finding out the Deep Space Nine station like that, or the Defiant, Playmobil they are, the Defiant. Oh, get that one for me. And that was a little out of my mouth, not from elsewhere. But there we go. So where are we at? We was at Picard, weren't we? Yes, so I will be getting that. And then Disney are releasing The Prince of Egypt 4K, 1998 movie. Never seen it. So yeah. Yeah, that one will pass me by completely. Turtles and Mutant Mayhem. The new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated film, which had a sort of love it or hate it, acquired taste, art style, I think, animation style. I didn't mind the film. I'll probably get the steelbook for it. Yeah, I don't mind turtle stuff. Yeah, what more can I say about that? And then a quick release. This is a very quick turnaround, considering it was, you know, only came out a short while ago. And The Nun 2, the latest movie in the Conjuring franchise. It's getting a Blu-ray, 4K, a steelbook, DVD, obviously. And I like the Conjuring universe of films. You know, I didn't mind The Nun 2. I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I will be getting it. I'm not sure what I'll be getting. I'm not sure that I like the steelbook design. I may, for this one, just opt for the standard Blu-ray. I'll be honest, I don't have any of the Conjuring films in 4K. They're all Blu-ray releases. So I'll probably just keep with that and get the Blu-ray. And then a film that I completely hated. A film that I felt, you know, would only appeal to the lowest common denominator of person. And that is Strays. Will Ferrell and what's his face dog movie where they're talking dogs, but it goes into really disgusting crass humour that just doesn't work for me in movie. And I think it appeals to, you know, what I'm saying is, you know, if you like it and it's your, you know, your sort of thing, then good luck to you. For me personally, maybe my 15-year-old self would have enjoyed it. But I'm sort of beyond that now. And it's, yeah, very sort of, it mixes two genre of film that really shouldn't be mixed, in a sense. It just doesn't work for me. Thingy was the same. Sausage Party, yeah, not my cup of tea. So Strays is one that can just be put down. And then we have Retirement Plan, which is a Nick Cage 2023 action film. Again, I watched this film and I reviewed it not too long ago. I can't remember anything about it. Very little can I remember about this movie. That says to me how good it was. So, am I getting that? Of course not. Of course not. Now, sticking with the same week, but with a different day, November 22nd, we get the release of Oppenheimer. Big film, huge film, Christopher Nolan. It's a good film. It's a really good film. It's well directed, it's well acted, it's well shot. You know, everything about every aspect of this film is wonderful. But again, it steps into that realm of, like I said with Schindler's List, where it's a historical drama. How much rewatchability do you get from it? What I'm saying is, it's not a film that I would say to myself, do you know what, wife? Do you know what, wife? I want to sit down tonight and I want to watch a film. I just want to sit back and be entertained for a couple of hours. I'm going to put on Oppenheimer. That's not going to happen. There's a couple of steelbook releases for it. A couple of, you know, I think one's a HMV exclusive, this sort of a thing. I'm unsure on what I'm doing with that film yet, which way I'm going to go with it, I'll be honest. Then we jump to November 27th. November 27th being the last release Monday of the month. And again, busy one, very busy one, probably for a lot of people. So hope you got that money in your wallets. So first of all, we have the 2006 movie Miami Vice getting a release. Yeah, decent film. And here's one that I did pray for getting a release ages back, and it's the 2022 movie Prey. Yes, 4K Blu-ray, whatever. Prey, the latest in the Predator franchise of movies. Thank God this film's got a release. Really excited by that. I love the film. I love the Predator franchise. Obviously, I'm going to get the Steelbook, 100%. Yeah, it goes without saying. For me, for the month, that is the biggie. Certainly is. And then we have Loki Season 1. Obviously, I'm going to get Loki Season 1. This is one that I have on bootleg. And I always say, if I get a bootleg, I will upgrade if it gets a release, a physical release. It's funny how they released that before WandaVision, considering WandaVision came first. I don't get the logic there, but there we go. Maybe they think Loki is a recognisable name more so than Wanda. Yeah, but anyway, so that's getting a Steelbook release. I'll be there for the Steelbook release. And then a comedy, 4K Steelbook, Naked Gun. Yes, Leslie Nielsen in the classic Naked Gun movie. When was that? What was that? Was that 1994? I think. Am I getting my dates wrong? I don't know. Anyway, Naked Gun, very funny. No, it was 1987. Naked Gun would have been about 87, wouldn't it? Alexa, what year was the Naked Gun released? Let's find out.
The Naked Gun was released in 1988.
1988, okay. 94. No, that makes no sense. 1988. 1994 would have been Hot Shots. Alexa, what year was Hot Shots released?
The first Hot Shots movie, Hot Shots, was released on the 31st of July 1991. The most recent movie in the franchise.
Alexa, Shots. Stop! Oh, I should get someone there. I was wrong. I was way off there. Jesus Christ. Anyway, Naked Guns getting a 4K Steelbook. Again, it's a great film. It really is. I have a Blu-ray trilogy box set that I think I imported from Germany. And they're great films. but I don't see how a 4K version is going to make me laugh anymore. That's what it comes down to, really, ultimately. Yeah, it's a nice steelbook, but no, I think I can give that one a miss. Then one I will be getting from Arrow. This is the 1996 movie Tremors Aftershocks, 4K steelbook. Exactly the same kind of a release as what we had before for Tremors 1. So that's really nice that it will sit in line with that. I've got to get that. I'm a big fan of the Tremors franchise. But keeping with that Tremors theme, and this is where I'm tempted as well, they are releasing all 7 Tremors films again in a box set. But this time you get 3 additional DVDs that cover the TV series. Yes, the Tremors TV series is getting a UK release finally, albeit in this box set, and I'm tempted to pick that up as well for that. Now, the Tremors TV series was short-lived. I think it was a Sci-Fi Channel series. It ran for 13 episodes. It did star what's his face who plays Burt Gummer. He is the star of the TV show, so it does fall in line with the Tremors films if you're a fan of the Tremors films. So I'm very tempted, although I do have a Region 1 version of it, of the TV show. So why would I get them? I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with that one. But I'm just so excited to see that Tremors TV shows at least get, okay, it's DVD and with the Blu-rays, but it's there. It's there. So that's fantastic. I'll just have to pass on all my other Tremors films, if I got that. The Blu-ray versions. And then we get The Woman in Red. The Woman in Red, which is Gene Wilder and Kelly LeBrock. Finally getting a release in this country. I do have a release of it. I think it might be from Spain or somewhere like that. But it's nice that that's getting a Blu-ray release finally, at least. That's from 1994. And then, last but not least, certainly not least, and the year 2000 gave us the film Gladiator. Now, we have a new release for Gladiator, and it comes from us from Titans of Cult, who have now changed up their release format, or their strategy, or how they're releasing. And they've given us 2 releases, I think a £60 one and a £100 one. Very expensive sets. So what Titans of Cult used to do, they've stepped away from that, and they've repackaged, repurposed, shall we say, to maybe fall in line more with the Film Vault kind of releases. You get a little plastic thing, you know, that's got some etching into it and all that nonsense. Neither of these releases are for me. You know, Gladiator's an okay film. It's a pretty good film, actually. It wouldn't be in my top 10 films of all time, not at all. Don't think it's that good in a sense. I've got it on Blu-ray. I don't need to step above Blu-ray for it. You know, but yeah, that's it. So not one for me. So that's the month of November. Obviously there are a lot of other releases as well. These are just some that I've picked that sort of stand out to me. So an interesting month, a busy month yet again. A lot of releases there, a lot of releases. Like I said, coming into December and certainly out of December, it nullifies, it drops, it becomes nothing, and very minimal releases indeed. So there we go. Obviously in a month's time I will be back with my look ahead for the month of December, that Christmas month. And yeah, we'll see. So let me know down below in the comments, as always, if there's anything coming out this month that interests you, that intrigues you, any of these releases. And, you know, let's talk about it. You know, for me, what usually happens is I look at these lists, I say, yes, I'll get that. No, I won't get that. I won't get that. Sometimes I do change my mind as the month goes on, obviously, that happens. And also part of it is expenditure and how much I've got in my bank account. So when I do get paid, I do divert all my money to different accounts for like bills, shopping. I get everything out of the way. Then I'm left with what I'm left with. I have holiday fund. I have savings, another savings. Yes, I have a holiday fund. I have a joint savings that I put into with the wife. We don't touch that. Then I have my own savings, which I have been known to dip into, obviously when months get busy, like this previous month. But yeah, as long as I don't go out of the confines of what I have, I'm fine. Like I've said before, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I certainly don't do drugs. So other than the comics, the collectibles and the films, and going out for something to eat on occasion, I don't really spend too much money. Although I've got a new expense, which is obviously this little puppy here. I say little, he's getting rather big. Oh yes, kisses. And he did cost me the other day with a vet's trip 1,100 quid, because the insurance hadn't kicked in yet. That's another story. I was very worried, but to be honest, that 1,100 quid is insignificant. It's insignificant money to having this little fella in my life, isn't it? Most definitely. Yes, 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 kisses. I know. I love you too. Yes, I do. Who's that? Look, can you see? Can you see yourself? I don't know. He likes looking at himself in a mirror. Who's that? Who's that? Anyway, that's his little appearance done. You know what? I've got to get this hat off. It's bloody hot. I've got no idea why I'm wearing that. But there we go. That's a bit better. Anyway, so I'm off. Brody's off. Bye, 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 bye. No biting. No biting. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care all, and goodbye.